warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. I'm Prithween Walia. You're watching us live from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. Well, viewers, today we discuss an important issue. An issue that holds key to the future of almost 24 lakh medical aspirants. NEET, remember, is the only entrance exam held every year for students seeking admission to undergraduate medical courses in institutions across the country. The National Testing Agency, or the NTA, has now, remember, been facing some tough questions. And this, remember, since the last few days over allegations of paper leak, grace marks and much more, discrepancies as well. Today, the top court heard a few petitions seeking withdrawal of NTA's decision to reward grace marks to a few students on the grounds of loss of time. The petitioners have vowed to fight for the cause. They call this grace mark formula arbitrary and also unfair. Now, the Supreme Court in its verdict has gone by the centre's recommendations and cancelled the scorecard of as many as 1,563 students who the NTA admitted were given grace marks. But there's a bigger question one must ask today. Why were proper checks and balances skipped? Who will fix the system, and why should anyone be allowed to play with the future of almost 24 lakh students? All of them medical aspirants, remember, they could be the future doctors of our country. NEET, remember, isn't new to controversy. It's gained political limelight in the context of Tamil Nadu, for example, in the past, but today is marred by paper leaks, discrepancies and a whole lot of quote-unquote fixing. We'll try and understand from our students and those with answers, but first let's take a deeper look at the storm over the NEET medical examinations and what really were these petitioners' concerns, what were their worries. There are three batch of petitions, remember, they were taken up by the top court today, one by Physics Wala CEO Alak Pandey, we've been speaking to him here on CNN News 18, another by Students Islamic Organization, the SIO, Abdullah Mohammed Faiz and Dr. Sheikh Roshan Mohidin. A third by NEET candidates sought cancellation of the examination and sought Supreme Court's intervention. And this NEET candidate argued that the normalization formula to award grace marks was unfair, though the Supreme Court disposed of this petition today. This is the first petition we're talking about. The second petition, the petitioner sought conduct of a retest over alleged paper leak and cited alleged irregularities as well. So much beyond the grace marks issue alone, and a notice has been issued on this petition. So this is the second petition and the concerns of the petitioner. We come to the third petition. This petitioner called it unsatisfactory and arbitrary and said this result by the NTA is most questionable in nature. This petitioner is Alak Pandey, who collected representations from 20,000 students and says 70 to 80 marks were given arbitrarily as grace marks to at least 1,500 students. The admission, though, now has come in from the NTA, and that's where we see a withdrawal of the scorecards of 1,563 students. The court has also issued closure of grace marks, keeping this petition in mind, but has kept it pending to consider other grievances. So that's a quick check of the three petitioners in this case whose petitions were taken up by the top court today. Apart from this, remember, students had also stormed social media seeking justice, not just social media. Remember, they'd also taken to streets in the national capital. They were protesting at Jantar Mantar, raising some of their concerns. Experts and coaching centers have also been questioning the results. They've been doing the math and they've been putting a big question mark on the manner in which more than 60 students have managed a perfect score, 100% result. Experts also asked if this exam was conducted fairly, citing the same reasoning. So that reasoning keeps coming back time and again, which makes us ask this question on where is it that loopholes came in and why were they not fixed? Why were they left unchecked? Let's take a look at now some of the key takeaways from the Supreme Court verdict. We spoke about the petitioners, we spoke about their concerns. As far as the Supreme Court verdict is concerned, it was based on the recommendations of the NTA. They came up with a panel and they've made a couple of recommendations which were accepted by the top court and find a mention in the top court's judgment. Scorecards of 1,563 students stand cancelled. So wherever there were grace marks being awarded, that result is not going to be taken into account. Retest option has now been given for the 23rd of June. So on the 23rd of June, a retest can take place. Anyone who wants to opt for it, for those whose scorecards stand cancelled, they can opt for a retest. In case they don't want to go for a retest, their old score will count. their original score, their raw score without the grace marks is going to be taken into account. So if they want to go for that, they can go for that, else they'll have to go for a retest. Centers submissions have been recorded by the top court, and that finds a mention in the order as well, and a retest result online expected by or before the 30th of June. And the NT is of the view, given that they're going to be able to come out with the results before the 30th of June, and hence there should be no change in schedule for the counselling, because through counselling is how the entire procedure moves forward, and the students and then based on their merit are awarded the kind of college and medical institution that they may want to go for. Now let's take a look at some of the controversies around NEET impacting students since 2017. It goes back to 2017 when we first saw the implementation. 5 students from Patna Medical College were arrested. Why were they arrested? They were arrested for allegedly trying to leak question papers of the NEET examination. Students demanded a retest. Some Telugu students in fact even alleged the exam coordinator refused to distribute Telugu question paper. A controversy erupted when a student committed suicide in Tamil Nadu. In 2018, for example, this controversy was taken forward. Tamil Nadu students raised concerns that many of them have been allotted centers in Kerala. So this is what happened in 2018, that students said that their exam centers were out of state, and that's concern in Kerala, Karnataka and even Rajasthan. Then Chief Minister EPS in fact announced that his government will provide 1,500 aspirants with a second-class train ticket as well as 1,000 rupees as one-time assistance. That's what the state came out with, a solution for the students who were dealing with this issue in 2019. And each and every year, you can see how each and every year there were concerns raised around this examination. 4 Hyderabad-based students filed a petition that the answer key of 5 questions was wrong and the paper needed to be quashed. That was the demand. The next year in 2019 and in 2021 again, we saw how there's been a to and fro time and again between the Tamil Nadu governor, the Tamil Nadu government. The DMK, of course, at the helm was constantly opposing the NEET examination. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin wrote a letter in 2021 and spoke of how the other states must join in and oppose NEET examination. They must support state undergraduate medical degree courses bill 2021. That's the first bill that came in. Remember how it was struck down by the governor, and that's what led to a big political war of words. Cut to 2023, Tamil Nadu once again demanded the anti-NEET bill. In 2023, they demanded this bill. The issue stirred up significant controversy, with the examination being widely criticized as being biased against students from economically disadvantaged backgrounds and rural areas. And this is where they in fact spoke of a report, the Ranjan report, which gave numbers and statistics to the kind of decline that this exam and those who've made it through the examination has seen. 2024 results drawing attention as 67 candidates scored perfect 720 on 720. So that's for all of you to understand the current picture. This of course is very different from the kind of issues or concerns that have been raised in the past. There are others who've claimed that it's impossible to get in the scheme of the exam given this kind of a perfect score. There's been inflation of the cutoff marks, so on and so forth, and those are the concerns as of 2024. Now let's quickly take a look at the politics. This, naturally speaking, has given rise to a lot of political exchanges. The Congress chief has alleged that there was rigging, there was corruption and exam leak all throughout. The DMK has also continued. Its opposition says we will continue to oppose NEET, while the education minister said he has no information on paper leak, because apart from the grace marks issue, paper leak is also being spoken of, and instances that have taken place, and for example a Bihar, have been raised by opposition, both the Congress and the DMK. Mallikarjun Kharge in fact further alleged that the future of 24 lakh students is at stake. So talking about the kind of students who sat for the exam, who are facing issues because of the results, that is what is being raised by the Congress chief. The DMK has put forward the long-standing demand of scrapping NEET examination, while the education minister has once again urged political parties to stop playing politics over the issue. Back to the Congress chief once again, he comes out to say that the centre can't pass the buck on the NTA. It's very convenient to blame the NTA, and that must not happen, says Mallikarjun Kharge. The DMK says these malpractices are not new to the NEET examination and enough of shifting of blame. To which the education minister has come out to say, after EVMs, the opposition is politicizing yet another issue. So we've seen a host of these reasons being raised by several in the opposition. In fact, interestingly, the opposition is also demanding a CBI probe in the case. The Congress has come out to say that the buck doesn't stop at the Supreme Court resolving the grace marks issue, since there are other discrepancies. There's a paper leak issue at the center of this entire storm. A CBI probe is the need of the hour. Though the Education Minister continues to say that investigations are underway, there's no proof so far to paper leak. Which brings us to the big question. To sum it up, students have been impacted, and that goes without saying. Who's really accountable, and when will these questions be answered? Who will answer these questions to all those who sat for this exam, as many as 24 lakh students?
The matter was serious, and the seriousness can be judged by the fact that the director of NTA himself was present in the first hearing.
जो बच्चे 6-7 घंटे या 10 घंटे पढ़ के मेहनत करी, उनकी रैंक कितना नीचे आ गई.
I request a investigation.
பொதுவாகவே நீட் தேர்வுகள் ரத்து செய்யப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தின் கொள்கையாக இருக்கு.
देखिए, एक तो मैं आपको स्पष्ट करूं, देयर इज नो करप्शन.
Let's quickly open this up with our experts joining us on this broadcast. We also have a student, Stuti Saxena, with us. She's a NEET aspirant with us on the broadcast to perhaps put in the sentiments of the students in front of us. Also with us is Savio Rodriguez, author and journalist. He's going to tell us about the version coming in from the NTA and what this really means as far as the questions that are being raised by the government is concerned and what their approach is going to be. Dr. S.A.S. Hafizullah, spokesperson of the DMK, is with us as well, along with Abdullah Muhammad Faiz, one of the petitioners in this case, whose petition was in fact taken up by the Supreme Court earlier today. I want to begin by Stuti, if the rest of you are okay with it. Stuti, you know, I want to understand from you what your stand is. अपने कंसर्न्स के बारे में बताइए, आप इस पूरी सिचुएशन को कैसे देखती हैं, और आपका जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट से आज वर्डिक्ट आया है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट कह रहा है कि जो 1500 बच्चे हैं जिनको ग्रेस मार्क्स दिए गए वो कैंसिल होता है, उनको फिर से एक मौका दिया जाएगा एग्जाम में पेश होने का, एग्जाम फिर से देने का. आपको लगता है ये फेयर है, स्तुति?
Yes, ma'am. I think Supreme Court result was fair regarding students because the grace marks were not practical. The way that the grace marks were given was not something that can be, that system can be in the NEET. It is for online papers.
Okay.
And
no. So
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
saying you're happy with the Supreme Court's verdict, is it?
Yes, ma'am. For today's decision was in the favor of many students.
Stuti, did you sit in this particular NEET examination itself, 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the talk that's been ongoing in your circle? Because, you know, there's been so much media coverage that's been given to this entire episode. We do know that there's been so much politics that's witnessed over NEET examination in the past. But, you know, if we talk about issues like paper leak, if we talk about issues like grace marks, that's new to those appearing for the exam as well. So what's the kind of conversations that you and your friends who've appeared for this exam have had, and what do they feel overall?
Ma'am, it is not about only the 1500 students which have received grace marks. With my numbers, they are 643 out of 720.
Okay.
And if we look at the previous stats, we can see that my rank should be around 10,000 something. But my rank was around 35,000. It was inflation of 25,000. It is not of only 1500. So, ma'am, it is not only about grace marks. There is something else in it as well.
Okay. You're not quite convinced. You're talking about this comparison in terms to the last year itself. You're saying last year, if a person scored the kind of marks that you've scored, this is the kind of disadvantage that you're seeing only in 2024 in comparison to 2023?
Yes, ma'am. The marks I have got are considered really good and neat, and with my marks, rank should be in 10,000 to 11,000.
Okay, Stuti, before I take it up with our experts, you're perhaps in the best position to tell us about the marking scheme as well. How many marks for one question right and how many marks if you get the question wrong? Is there a negative marking is what I'm also reading in reports. Tell us about the marking, and is a 720 on 720 possible? How many children in 2023, for example, managed to pull off that score?
Ma'am, marking system is like we get 4 marks for every correct answer and -1 for every wrong answer.
Okay.
It is not. It is possible for children to score 720. We have seen it in previous year, but it is not possible for 67 students to score 720 out of 720.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Stuti. It was only 2-3 students who managed that score last year, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. If you see previous year stats, there are sometimes 2, sometimes only 1, sometimes 3, but never 67.
There are those, I believe, 2 to 3 students who've also scored 718, 719. There are concerns that are being raised by experts, coaching centers, that if you get 4 marks for every answer right and 1 mark as a negative mark if you get it wrong, how do you reach that score? How do you reach a 718, 719?
Ma'am, NTA has given us the explanation for it. It has said that these marks were achieved through grace marking.
Okay. That's where the issue comes in. I want to take it up with Savio, but before that, I quickly go across to the petitioner joining us on this broadcast. Mohammad Faiz ji, आप भी एक petitioner हैं इस केस में और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है, साफ तौर पे कहा है that the sanctity of the exam has been affected. अब जब सेंटर ने ये कहा है that if grace marks have been allotted to 1500 odd students और इनका रॉ स्कोर है वो अब काउंट में लिया जाएगा, जो पुराना स्कोर है या तो वो उसको लेके आगे बढ़ेंगे या फिर they'll have to take a retest. So those are the only 2 options, and the exam is slated to take place on the 23rd of June. They're saying counselling in that sense, given this timeline, is expected on the 6th. There should be no change as far as the counselling date is concerned. क्या आप इस solution से खुश हैं?
हाँ जी, ये तो बेस्ट पॉसिबल सोल्यूशन नहीं है। अलबत्ता हम वेलकम करते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने एनटीए ने अपनी गलती को माना है और जो उनके ग्रीवेंस सेल के रिकमेंडेशंस थे उसको विड्रॉ किया और ग्रेस मार्क्स को जो है विड्रॉ किया। अलबत्ता ये चीज़ के 1500 स्टूडेंट्स को या तो वो लोग जो ओरिजिनल मार्क्स है वो कंसिडर करें या फिर री एग्ज़ाम करें। तो री एग्जामिनेशन पूरा ये जो नीट एनटीए का पूरा सिस्टम है, नीट एग्ज़ाम कंडक्ट करने का 1 साल की पूरी मेहनत के बाद स्टूडेंट अटेम्प्ट करता है, उसमें बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ एस्पेक्ट जस्टिस का होता है, इंसाफ का। जब पूरे 25 लाख स्टूडेंट्स ने एग्ज़ाम दिया, सेम पेपर का को सॉल्व किया और अब दूसरे स्टूडेंट्स को जो है दूसरा मौका दिया जा रहा है, सेकंड अपॉर्चुनिटी दी जा रही है, तो हम समझते हैं कि ये इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी के प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ है। तमाम स्टूडेंट्स को एक पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने का मौका दिया गया था और ये 1500 स्टूडेंट्स के लिए जो है एक अलग पेपर बनाया जाएगा और उनको अटेम्प्ट करने के लिए दिया जाएगा। और काफ़ी हद तक जो स्टूडेंट्स फेस किए हैं पेपर लीक के वजह से, वो स्टूडेंट्स जो एग्जामिनेशन अटेम्प्ट किए हैं वो लोग तो उनका तो किसी किस्म का समाधान आज के जजमेंट से नहीं निकला है। एक तो अच्छी चीज़ भी हुई है कि एनटीए ने विड्रॉ किया अपने ग्रेस मार्क सिस्टम को, मगर हम समझते हैं कि जो स्टूडेंट्स कोर्ट को नहीं पहुंच सके, 6 सेंटर्स के स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो रिट पिटिशन के जरिए से हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक पहुंचे हैं, उनको ये रिलीफ दी गई कि उनको री एग्जामिनेशन कंडक्ट किया जा सकता है। हम समझते हैं कि बाकी के जो स्टूडेंट्स अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते किसी हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट को जाना, उनके लिए किसी किस्म की विंडो, अलग अलग पिटिशनर्स ने डिमांड की है, उनको भी विंडो दी जाए, उनको अपनी शिकायत दर्ज करने का मौका दिया जाए।
फैज साहब, तो आप ये दो सवाल हैं जो आपने अभी बताया, उसको लेके मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ। एक तो आप बात कर रहे हैं कि there is a clear right to equality violation, a violation of right to equality, and why is it that only 1500 odd students get to go again and appear for this examination? If at all, everybody should be given that chance. One is that. The second is you're saying that paper leak is also a big concern. How do you plan to take that forward? उसको आप कैसे आगे लेके जाएंगे? क्योंकि आपकी petition, अगर हम आपकी petition की सिर्फ बात करें तो उसमें अन्य discrepancies की भी मौजूदगी थी, सिर्फ ग्रेस मार्क्स को लेके नहीं थी ये।
हमारा जो पिटिशन रहा स्टूडेंट इस्लामिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से, हमने एक पिटिशन सुप्रीम कोर्ट में फाइल किया था। काफ़ी सारे कंप्लेंट्स हमको स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से आ रहे थे, अलग अलग कॉल्स आए, हमने सर्वे किया अलग अलग स्टूडेंट्स का। तो जब हमने इसका एनालाइजेशन किया तो पहले शुरू से एनटीए का जो सिस्टम रहा उसमें काफ़ी सारे डिस्क्रिपेंसीज रहे हैं। जैसा कि हम देखते हैं 1 मंथ का टाइम दिया गया पहले एप्लीकेशंस को फाइल करने के लिए, उसके बाद उसको फिर 15 डेज के लिए एक्सटेंड किया गया और बंद कर दिया गया। ये हमेशा का नॉर्म था कि 1 मंथ का टाइम, फिर 15 मंथ का एक्सटेंशन, फिर बंद कर दिया जाता। मगर इस बार ऐसा कुछ अलग हुआ कि करीब 20 दिन, 1 महीने के बाद 2 दिन के लिए एक विंडो ओपन की गई जिसमें एप्लीकेशंस को फिर से डालने के लिए। तो ये हम समझते हैं कि एक बहुत ही सस्पिशियस चीज़ है, बैकडोर एंट्री के लिए दरवाजे खोल रहा है। ये किसके लिए किया गया, ये हमारा सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एनटीए से सवाल रहा। दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि जो ग्रेस मार्क्स दिए गए वो ग्रेस मार्क्स आर्बिट्ररी तौर पे दिए गए। काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स जो हाई कोर्ट जाना अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, उनको किसी किस्म का प्रोविजन दिया नहीं गया, ना किसी किस्म की ट्रांसपेरेंसी रखी।
जी, जो फिजिक्स वाला है, उनके जो फाउंडर हैं वो भी एक पिटिशनर थे, उन्होंने लगभग 1500 की ही बात करी थी कि इतने ही बच्चे हैं जिनको ग्रेस मार्क्स दिए गए हैं। पर क्या आपका दावा है, क्या आपका यकीन है या आपको शक है कि 1500 से ज़्यादा बच्चे हो सकते हैं जिनको ग्रेस मार्क्स दिए गए होंगे?
इनके पास कोई सिस्टम है ही नहीं कि एनालाइज किया जा सके कि कितने स्टूडेंट्स के पास टाइम लैप्स हुआ है। इनके पास बस यही सिस्टम है कि जो लोग रिट पिटिशन दाखिल किए हैं कि हमारे कैंपस में या हमारे सेंटर में टाइम लैप्स हुआ है, तो उनको जो है ये लोग, एनटीए ने खुद कहा है कि उनको जो है वो ग्रेस मार्क्स दे रहे हैं। तो हम समझते हैं कि इनके अलावा भी काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स हो सकते हैं जो कि एफर्ट नहीं कर सकते कि किसी हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट को जाए और रिट पिटिशन दाखिल करे। तो ये 4,500 सेंटर्स हैं इंडिया में, सिर्फ 6 सेंटर्स पे ही थोड़ी टाइम लैप्स हो सकता है। उसके अलावा मौका ही नहीं दिया गया है कि प्रोविज़न है ही नहीं कि वो रिपोर्ट कर सके। ऑनलाइन आप अगर कोई एक विंडो बनाते, जिस तरीके से क्लैट के जजमेंट है उसमें बताया गया कि आप जो है ऑनलाइन एक विंडो खोलें और एनालाइज करें कितने स्टूडेंट्स कंप्लेन करते हैं, उसको पर केस टू केस उसको जो है रिजॉल्व करें कि वहाँ पे सेंटर पे टाइम लैप्स हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है। तो ये विंडो ही नहीं है वहाँ पे।
जी, you know, Savio, that's the problem that we have to address here. There are so many who come out to say that there's been no proper procedure, there's been nothing on transparent accounts that's been revealed by the NTA in going ahead with this formula. Though NTA has come out with this figure, it's spoken of 1,563 students who've perhaps benefited from grace marks, and that's going to stand cancelled. But there are greater concerns at play here, and these petitioners are talking about issues like paper leaks. They're also saying that the manner in which people have been given these grace marks is also very suspicious in nature, and that's what's led to this kind of inflation in their scores. It's very concerning for other students like Stuti.
You know, you've actually very valid point, and people supporting them are going through. But you have to look at it from a very balanced situation across the board. So there are some people who are grieved by what has transpired, that many are saying are questionable transactions that could have happened, or the manner in which this particular examination was conducted. And there are those who have studied hard and done very well and have got the marks according to what they have worked. So I think you have to look at it from a very balanced situation. And I believe that it is important for the government to understand that when you have that many students, quality students going ahead for the NEET exams and going to represent this country in their profession, then we need to show a little bit of kind-heartedness, a little bit of openness to the suffering that they are going through. And I believe that the government is working on that. But right now, they need to get all the data, all the facts that are coming in. So if you see, it was the government that put in its reply saying that they are going to cancel the grace marks to 1,563 students. It was not the court's order. It was the government that had
But Savio was right after the exams, and we've seen this happen for so many days now. The NTA has come out with varied responses. It's only today in the Supreme Court that it's spoken of this number, and it said that yes, we're ready to take this step. Yes, we're ready to ensure that these grace marks are not going to be considered, and we're ready to hold retests as well. In fact, they've given a broad timeline that 26th is when the exam will take place, and by 30th, be rest assured that you'll have the results in front of you. But why is it happening now, and why should it happened in the first place?
It is happening because something has gone wrong in the entire system. But in order for the system to be pointed out as something going wrong, it is only going to come to light when students and the petitioner who has made a note of his has brought it to the notice, and he's got a very valid point. And I think the government must act on it to create a provision for all the students who have taken the exam to be able to complain or tell them what has probably gone wrong in their case or at the center that they went to. That is a necessity at the moment, because really neither is the center nor the NTA aware of what has actually gone wrong in the NEET exam, and therefore you need an investigation. I'm not going to call it a scam right now, because right now there is a fault in the system itself, and what has caused the fault in the system is what needs to be investigated. But while keeping that in mind, what you also need to do is to understand that there are lakhs of students who have given an exam, and they too must be having problem much more than the 1,000.
Savio, there are those, and we've tried to speak to a couple of people whose children have been left directly impacted. They say there's been a provision of bonus marks for a physics question with a false proof. So essentially what they're trying to say is that going by the old NCERT version and the new NCERT version, the entire question stood wrong in the first place. So the 2019 NCERT and the 2023, the final version of the NCERT, if you go by the two of them, there is a different answer that comes to the fore. And these are the kind of discrepancies that have forced the NTA perhaps to, get into this culture of extending grace marks. So we see where the problem really begins from. Now, given that this is a national entrance examination, this is an examination to decide really who are going to be the medical professionals of our country, this shouldn't have happened in the first place, is what I'm saying.
No, it shouldn't have. I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is that it has happened, right? So when it has happened, it is imperative on the government and mostly the NTA to investigate what led to the mishap. Because we are talking about a foolproof system. A system that has raised questions. Something has gone wrong with the system. And because something has gone wrong with the system, so many students will be left in the lurch. Now, you have to look at the practical problem as well.
And that's why perhaps I agree with what Mr. Mohammad Faiz is saying, Savio, that why is it that only 1,563 students get to reappear? The others will feel that they've been given a second chance. But then there are those who may have performed well regardless of the grace marks, and they may not want to waste their time. I mean, it's an important exam. Correct. It takes time. It takes effort.
That is the conundrum. That's exactly what I'm talking. I agree with what he's saying. That how do you know that there are not more than 1,500 students? Unless you keep an open platform for all the students who have got a complaint or people at the center who have that complaint wherever they took the exam, so that people can come out with their grievances, because people can. But then how do you balance it with the one who has actually had no problem but studied hard and got the mark? So there has to be a very holistic approach to the problem. There is no one size fit all.
Okay. So far, everybody who was challenging the NTA's version came out to say that we don't even know the manner in which these grace marks have been extended. How many grace marks have been given to which student? How much has X, Y, Z benefited from these grace marks? What was their initial result, the raw scorecard? What is their scorecard after giving them grace marks? There are so many questions on the minds of these students, and we do know how it ends up, right? With them putting in so much hard work, it is something that's going to hurt them, that's going to bleed their heart. So let me quickly go across to Dr. S.S. Hafizullah. Before I take across to Savio Rodriguez the entire question of paper leak, which is being spoken of as well. But Mr. Hafizullah, before that, what do you make of the entire controversy and how would you respond to Savio?
As Stuti said, the problem is more deeper. It is not limited to 6 centers or the 1,500 candidates, because the kind of inflated marks that we are seeing has never happened before. It is just from 2 to 67, unbelievable. And then, I will give you one example where if you score 610, your rank was 23,674 in 2023. Now with the same 610, your rank goes somewhere around 75,000. So, there is a problem everywhere. I think the Supreme Court should hold the counseling unless and until the Supreme Court is convinced that there is nothing wrong in the way the NTA has conducted the exam and nothing wrong in the way the marks have been given. So there are 3 problems to it. One is a problem with paper leak, where only in Bihar the matter came out. We are not sure in how many places such incidents have happened, and that has not been reported. Luckily, we have one incident that has come to the limelight. We're talking about it. We don't know where else such situations have happened. So the Supreme Court or the investigating agency should be first convinced of themselves, and they should convince the students who have written, the 24 lakh students who have written the exam, that there had been no malpractice in the transparency and the thing of the question paper, in the way the exam was conducted and in the way marks were given. So the problem is larger. That is evident with the inflated marks. So second thing, the stand of the DMK is that, Tamil Nadu had a system already where the counseling happened to the government medical colleges as per the higher secondary mark sheet. So that was a simple system which was accessible to all sections of the society equally, let that be rural or the poor.
And so that's what I was coming to, Mr. Hafizullah. That's what I was coming to, because the DMK's contention has been on different lines so far. Apart from paper leak, they've spoken much about the changes it's seen in the pattern of enrollment of students in the state of Tamil Nadu. How students belonging to lower income families have seen a decline, how students belonging to English medium are the ones who are finding an entry into these medical colleges more than the ones who are not, so on and so forth. And that's why I was wanting to ask you whether or not this is perhaps another weapon that the DMK is now been given to take on the center, to take on the NT as far as this scheme is concerned. So far, this was not your concern. And that's what Savio is saying, that it's happened this year and a solution needs to be found out now.
No, that is what I'm telling you. The problem is more deeper. When the system gets complicated, the most vulnerable groups that are going to be excluded are the downtrodden, oppressed, and people who have had no access to education before. So that was our contention. That was our primary issue, that it is against the principle of social justice that Tamil Nadu had followed. Our plan was simple. There is an examination.
But now you've come out to claim, Mr. Hafizullah, and if I may ask, where are you getting those numbers from? Do you have it in proof that nobody from Tamil Nadu, none of the children from Tamil Nadu have been given grace marks? It's only students from other states?
No, I believe that not from Tamil Nadu or anybody. We do not accept the concept of entrance exam that is going to complicate people. So
no, the health ministry has actually spoken of the same. It's spoken of this aspect, and that's why I'm bringing to your notice. But I'll come back to you, Hafizullah ji. We're running out of time. I want to quickly go across to Stuti before I let Savio come in once again, because I want an overall perspective on this story, and the most important perspective being that of the students. Stuti, we were discussing about the idea of whether or not this option is extended to each and every student who appeared for the NEET examination. Would you be open to giving the examination again vis-a-vis some students, only 1,500 odd students being given that option?
Ma'am, the students who have worked really hard and scored marks, they wouldn't want to give the exam again. Because the mindset of the student, which was 1 month ago, it's not the same as it was before.
So what is the solution in your view? I mean, there's so much going on, but as a student, what do you truly feel about this entire issue? You don't want to give another examination, but you don't want those who've been given grace marks to benefit unfairly, right? So what is the right thing to do in your view?
Ma'am, a fair evaluation with proper transparency, and the centers where the problems arises, re-need on those centers.
Okay, all right. Savio, You know, that's what the students really feel. Why should we reappear for the examination? Perhaps those who are being given that option should also not be given that option, and their raw scores should be taken into account. But they would say that's unfair. If, you know, we've not been given the right amount of time that we were supposed to be given, then it's unfair to us. So that's what I'm saying. It's a situation which demands an overall view, and that's what you were talking about as well. But the fact is, there's another aspect to this, that of paper leak. And we all know there are arrests that have taken place from states like Bihar. How do you meet that challenge? 30 to 50 lakh rupees being given to these middlemen who've provided some of the aspirants with question papers, and some of those have come out to say on record that there have been so many similarities in the questions that they finally ended up sitting for during the exam.
You know, I think any form of criminality which deals with paper leaks is extremely criminal in nature and unfair to students. So if there is an allegation of paper leak which has come out, as we have seen in Bihar, I believe that the center must investigate all allegations of paper leaks, because we are dealing with the future of our students who come out and work very hard for months to give this competitive exams. And I think it's totally unfair if there are people who are bribing people within the system to leak out these papers. It's not unheard of. There is a probability that the systems can also get corrupted. Therefore, it's important for the government to be able to...
What the opposition says is hurting several students is, Savio, what the opposition says is hurting several students is the fact that the education minister came out to say there's no proof to paper leak. They're saying that you should inquire first, investigate first, and then come out with these kind of responses, especially at a time like this when so many students are actually worried about the manner in which these exams have been conducted.
While the education minister, for reasons of the information that he has with him, believes that there is no paper leak, I personally, as a journalist, think in the interest of the people, the students in particular, if there are allegations to the paper leak, there is a probability of systems being corrupted, then the center must investigate all allegations to give the students, their parents and everyone concerned the relief that such malpractices and criminal acts are not happening.
Okay. You know, I'm running out of time, but I want in 30 seconds to Mohammad Faiz to quickly come in and respond to the statement that's come in from the education minister. Education minister कह रहे हैं फैज जी कि कोई proof ही नहीं है paper leak का.
ये तो बहुत बड़ी आप उर्दू में कहते हैं अहमकों की जन्नत में आप जी रहे हैं अगर ये कह रहे हैं कि पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ है। कितने आपकी मीडिया पे रोजाना चल रहा है कि कितने मुकामात पे पेपर लीक हुआ, बिहार में, गुजरात में कितने डॉक्टर्स को अरेस्ट किया गया, कितने स्टूडेंट्स को अरेस्ट किया गया, पुलिस की कितने कार्रवाई चल रही है। खुद एनटीए ने कहा कि राजस्थान में पेपर लीक हुआ है। उसके बाद ये कहना बहुत ही जो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग की कमी है कि पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ है। पेपर लीक बहुत बड़ा मसला है एनटीए के लिए। इससे पहले भी सीयूईटी का पेपर लीक हुआ लास्ट ईयर दिल्ली में, और 2021 में नीट का पेपर लीक हुआ। पेपर लीक एक बहुत बड़ा मसला है जिसकी वजह से ये जो स्कोर इन्फ्लेशन हो रहा है कि 650 से ज़ायद स्टूडेंट 650 स्कोर लाने वाले स्टूडेंट को भी जो है बड़े यूनिवर्सिटीज में मेडिसिन के लिए सीट नहीं मिल रही है, क्योंकि कई लाखों स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो 650 वो स्कोर कर रहे हैं। तो हम समझते हैं कि इसको थरोली जांच होनी चाहिए पेपर लीक को। काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स का स्कोर इन्फ्लेशन हुआ है। हम जैसे कि देख सकते हैं कि एक सेंटर पिछले साल हम देखे कि 4 स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे थे जो पूरे इंडिया में टॉप किए, 720/720 स्कोर किए, और इस बार सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक सेंटर से 8 स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे रहे जो कि 720/720 स्कोर किए। तो
यू नो मोहम्मद फैज जी, आज आप आवाज़ हैं पूरे देश के स्टूडेंट्स की, एंड यू आर फाइटिंग फॉर अ कॉज, एंड वी हैव बीन स्पीकिंग टू several like you. Let's see how this really plays out. As for politics is concerned, that's not what the opposition is limiting its criticism to. They're also demanding a CBI inquiry. How that shapes up is also something we're watching out for. Many thanks, gentlemen. Also thanking Stuti for joining us this evening. Stuti, thank you for speaking to us here on CNN News 18, and all the very best for the future.